Uh, Talk long enough to fucking load up. Hey Jackie, how's it going? Thought I'd do an afternoon coffee break thing. I know there ain't going to be people watching because it's like daytime and people are still at work and busy doing other kind of stuff. I've had a bit of a day though. Just thought I'd just chat what I've been doing this week, really. Apart from doing some online gaming and doing one of my little rant videos. I've been kind of busy actually, which is surprising for me. I've actually had to get up and do things like I've got to do my laundry a bit later on. I noticed, I don't know why, but my washing machine, doesn't empty the water properly. Why? I don't know. No, it's not an old washing machine either. It's like probably 2 years old, if that. And when I do my washing and take all my washing out, when I put stuff in, as I put more stuff in, I notice that there's water around the rim and still not a quarter, but so many inches of water left in it. It's not really spinning properly. I think I have my washing machine on insurance, so like any breakdowns, I can probably get it repaired. So I'm going to have to try to find that and ring up the washing machine repair company, I think, because I don't know why there's water in there. Why it's not draining the water properly. I've got no idea. When I take the washing out, it doesn't feel wet. It feels dry. So unless there's some probably when you take it out and close the door, there's a slight leakage and it's like building up, over time. It could be that, I don't know. Anyway, apart from that, been a few kind of little bit of a busy day, I suppose, today. Been looking for part-time work or voluntary work, which is kind of like looking up in one way, I suppose, because I rang up Clapham Common about my permit, to renew my permit, And I spoke to the guy, Ian Bolton, who runs the Common, and he said that there's some voluntary work that needs to be done towards the end of the month, end of April, May, and I've already done what he wants done. It's like putting floating islands in the lake. Means getting waders on, which is all supplied to gloves and tools, and even a boat, a small boat, it's all supplied. And I have done it once. I believe that's on my other channel somewhere. Why does this page keep popping up? I didn't bookmark that as a saved. Now, last night, as you know, someone came on and posted my crime reference number. I have reported it, and they are going to be looking into it, I suppose, because it is a criminal offence to post a reference number without the permission, either through the authorities or by whoever the reference number belongs to, being me, and I've not given no permission. Even if I was to give permission, I'd be breaking the terms and conditions of the police department, and if I was to give out any reference number regarding a criminal offence or crime, you're breaking the Data Protection Act law. So, whoever posted it last night, I'm not pointing my fingers to any particular one, but there's only one person who probably would have access to that reference number, because if they've contacted him and spoken to him, they would probably give him that reference number for certain reasons. But even still, they're not supposed to give that number out and post it, on social media, because they have now committed an offence, which can be severely dealt with, I suppose. I don't know, but that's all I'm going to say about that. As I say, I've spoken to 2 different departments today in different locations, and yeah, they're going to be getting back to me on that one. Hello, Jackie, Albert, Leslie. So I've done that today. My phone bill is going to be fucking expensive again next month. My phone bill, my internet combined is like £50. This month it was like £75, £25 extra because of all the calls I had to keep making to the damn police stations last month. And it weren't just like 101. 101 you can be on there like 10 hours and only be charged like, one fee, which is like 15p. But I had to ring up different departments. I had to ring up doctors, hospitals, mental health, and all that kind of stuff last month, all because all the drama shit that's been going on and making me ill. So my phone bill was like £25 more than it's supposed to be. And now today I had to make like several calls today, and that's going to be like another £10-15 on top, I suppose, because when you're contacting a different department in a different area, it's not a 101, it's a direct phone number. And if they're busy, you're on hold. And I've rang them twice, and I was on hold for 15 minutes the first time and 20 minutes the second time before I actually got through. Because certain departments are not registered on the 101 system. And if you say like, well, I want to speak to the department in like Gloucestershire or somewhere, yeah, that might not be on the 101. You may have to ring that directly. And ring that directly is not like a 1 or 15p charge. You get charged per minute on that one. So the number I had to ring today, I was being charged per minute. Nothing that's like 6p per minute. So work that out. 6p times 20. 6 times 35. Hang on. No, hang on. 35 times 6, yeah. Anyone know how much that is? And that's just for 2 calls to a particular station. I don't know what it is. I don't even know. I've got a calculator on my phone, actually. I did download on your site because I remembered I needed it the other day. 6 times 35. Wait a minute. Six times. That alone has cost me £2.10, maybe more, something like that. I don't have TV on my BT. I don't have Sky on it. I just can't afford it. So yeah, you're talking about £3-4 for 2 calls to a certain police department in the UK. The 101 numbers, ain't too bad. But anyway, getting off that kind of crap here, because I don't really want to keep talking about fucking police reports and shit like that, because it's giving them information, I suppose, and I shouldn't be doing that. They did say to me, you need to keep off social media, but I said, look, I can't keep off social media permanently because all my friends are on there, and I like doing the odd stream to talk to them. And they said, well, if you do a stream and tell them that you've got to leave for a certain amount of time, I'm pretty sure they will be kind of understanding. But I can't keep off fucking social media because I do need to talk, but I tend to talk too much sometimes, So that's why, I've not been on so much, because I'm not wanting to be around, because, I do tend to talk too much about certain things, and it gives them, information. And even the police said, you shouldn't be talking about it. So, I'm trying not to talk about it. But, given that the reference number, they even said that's against the law. Well, one department did. The other one wasn't too sure. So I don't know. I've never come across that. So, well, someone come on my YouTube and said that they have access to my reference number, my crime reference number, reports, and my medical reports. So I took details down on that and the YouTube account as well. And they said, do you have any idea who it is? I said, well, I've got an idea who it possibly is, yes. And I gave them the name again. I said, I can't prove it, but, you know, hang on. If they've spoken to him, do they actually give him the reference number? Well, yes, if they've spoken to him and he needs to, like, you know, find out what's happening, I suppose, like, you know, they will give him your reference number, although you're the victim. Why they do it, I don't know. I don't know, they do it in different, you know, countries, but it's a possibility they gave my reference number to a certain person and he was stupid enough to post it on social media, which is a criminal offence apparently. So they're going to be looking into that. They're going to be looking into that fake YouTube account exposing, which I told them. I've got to post the YouTube linked to my local station, and it's no good you hiding it because I've screenshotted it and it's still there. So, and you know, troll account, I told them it's a troll account, 100%. And they're probably hiding under a VPN. And I said, oh, that's all right, don't worry, we have our ways of finding out who it is. I said, oh, I know that. I need to do my sheets like as well, probably weekend. I ain't going to do it today. Got too much other stuff to do. So anyway, as I said, keeping off that, I need to keep my mind off that because it does stress me out a little bit thinking about it. So today, I actually went out and done some shopping. Got some food in. Gonna have my lovely chicken, herb and cheese this weekend. I've just fed you. Every time I do a stream, she's meowing. I gave her a nice cuddle last night, you know. She's sitting there and I was stroking her for about 10 minutes. And this morning, I get woken up with her fucking puking up in the hallway. So I've had to go and clear that up. And then, like, 10 minutes later, I was puking up again. So I had to go and clear it up again. And I think what it is, because they molt so much, right? And cats always, you know, are washing themselves. They're probably like pulling in their hair into their mouth and down into the gullet, and it's causing those like hairballs where they cough and puke up. Well, the first one was all like horrible liquidy kind of thing, like disgusting. Ugh. And when I mopped it up, you can feel the dampness coming from the tissue. Ugh. And I'm like, wash my hands, and even when you're washing your hands, you can still feel that, you know, that horribleness, you know, from clearing it up on your fingers. And I'm like, it's like, you know, scrub your fingers. No. Because I ran out of like kitchen towel. I was supposed to have got some today actually, but I didn't have enough cash with me. You know, my money's gone so quick this month, so fucking quick. You know, I got paid slightly earlier. Now the Houston station has taken their rent. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, I have less than £300 per month left. And out of that, I've got to pay my 2 mobile phones, my BT, my electric, my food, my travel, my internet. That's 7 bills alone. 7 fucking bills. So let's go through electric, TV, and internet. That's 2. I do have a small contract on my tablet for when I was meant to be using the data. So that's 3. TV license 4. My old debts I'm still paying off. That's 5. I don't have gas. Travel 6, and then like, you know, food consumption for me and the cat is 7. So that's 7 kind of things I've got to pay out in 1 month. And I do find it fucking hard to actually try to save anything, you know. That's why I had to put my GoFundMe up to see if anyone would be willing to help me out, because like, if I could be, willing to be able to save up and pay for it myself, I would do. I wouldn't ask. As I said last night, you don't ask, you don't get. And I can't turn around and start moaning and bitching because they've done it themselves just recently too. So, they need to keep their nose out of people's businesses. It's not anything, like scrounging, robbing, and stealing from people like they said I've done in the past, which is all just bullshit. Because, if they class in that, then they got a class that they're doing it themselves because they've actually asked for help through donations, and it is more of a donation, and it's something that I really want to do, get out more and do some milk detecting a bit more often, magnet fishing. Um, I do need to pay for my fishing license and my permit. So, if I need to do that, which I'm going to be doing, I might even ring up my mum and ask her if she can lend me £50 so I can pay for my fishing license and permit for this year. So I do want to get out, but, camping and that, my tent is no good. It's got holes in it. The rod's buckled, so, you can't really extend it. You need a decent sleeping bag, ground cover, a pillow. You can't just lay down flat half the time because you do need to rest your head properly. So, the bed and the pillow would be inflatable. You need the pump. You need a nice little cooker so you can cook your food on. Instead of keep going to the little motorway cafe and paying like £10, for, well, not £10, like £5 for a fucking sandwich and a cup of coffee. So like a little stove, a little thermos to take your coffee in, and just little bits and pieces, like utility knife, warm clothes, because it does get cold at night. So that's why I put my GoFundMe up. Not had nothing on there yet, so hopefully, I will post this time to time on my GoFundMe if anyone wants to help out. It doesn't matter how long it takes, because there's plenty of time. Even if I don't get the full amount until next year, I'll save what I can, and I'll only buy the equipment when I've got the actual full cost. And I put for 350, and that's quite cheap because if I decided to go for the most expensive stuff, it would have been nearly £1,000, kind of thing, maybe more than that. So I've gone for the lower end, cheap, shitty stuff for now. So I've been looking at that, but no one's actually made any kind of contribution yet. I'm not expecting, but you never know. You might get some nice people out there who say, "Oh, what's your GoFundMe?" and put a little donation in. So I've been keeping an eye on that. Rang up certain authorities today. I've been out to do my shopping, as I say, done some shopping. Got me the most important thing I needed in this house was toilet paper, because I practically run out. I had 1.5 rolls left. I thought I've got to go and get some more because if I don't do it, I'm going to run out. So I buy those packet of 9 toilet tissues, and they usually last me 2 to 3 weeks. I could always go around the shop and buy a 6-roll pack for £2.50, but why pay £2.50 for 6 when you can get 9 for £3? I think it is at Lidl's. So I bought the essentials. I bought my chicken, which I'll be doing my chicken herb cheese thing on the weekend. Bought some biscuits, big bag of crisps, ham, cheese, mushrooms, some donuts, and that's it, I think. Total come to £21.21. Yeah, I can put bait on hooks. And before I went shopping, yesterday, Tuesday, when I spoke to my mental health advisor, she was asking what I've been doing looking for work, and I have actually applied for a gardening course. Now they sent me a brochure through online, But there's another one I'm looking at, because the one I applied for, you have to pay for. It's like between 60 and £90 for this course. And I think it's one you actually go to. It's not one of these online ones which are free. I do not like doing free online courses because I can never concentrate. And if I get stuck and I email, whoever you need to email to get that help and support, they never fucking support you anyway. Or they tell you something and you just still don't understand it. So I'd rather go on a course where they actually like you're one-on-one or one-on-5 people or something, so you're actually there talking to the person who's teaching you. So I've got one already replied to me. I've got one that's supposed to be sending me the information. And the reason I want to do a gardening course is not too much to learn about the whole cultural side, digging up and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But if you work in a cemetery, which I am interested in doing, working in a cemetery, you would need to know about horticulture and gardening. And I actually went around my local cemetery just now on the way to shopping, and I asked, well, actually, as I was going to the office, some guy's walking down. He goes, right, mate. I said, all right. I said, do you work here? He goes, yeah. And I asked him about, getting a job in here, training voluntary or something like that. Now, he comes from, like, quite a way away. He goes, well, do you live local? I said, yeah, I only live 2 minutes away. He goes, oh, you're all right then, if you do get a job here. And he said, well, you have to go through a, what's that bloody thing? An agency. If there's any work available, they will contact agencies. And, if you've got any kind of like gardening experience, then you're more in a bit of a chance of getting the job. So, that's why I want to do a gardening course or do some kind of horticultural course. So once I've done that, then I can concentrate on trying to get onto some agencies where they may have cemetery work on their listings. And if anything crops up, then I can do that. But I did go into the office. The manager wasn't there today, but I did speak to someone and I said, look, I'm just looking to see if you've got any voluntary work or any training work available at the present moment. I told her I'm on read. I just go, well, the manager's not in at the moment, but if you give me your contact details, I'll speak to her when she comes in tomorrow because she's off sick at the moment. So I gave her my contact details and I hope to hear from them maybe this week or next week. If I don't hear from them by this time next week, then I'll go around and have a word because I'm only 2 minutes away from me actually, and it's that big cemetery. I have done like a couple of videos in there, but there's one time they told me to stop because they didn't like people videoing because they're like, apparently the person who the groundsman said, oh, you can't video in there. I said, why is that? He goes, oh, it's like identity theft, isn't it? I said, no, of course it ain't. He goes, yeah, it's identity theft. Well, I've been in many cemeteries and videoed, and they've all gave me permission. So, I think it's just a groundsman being a bit arseholey kind of thing, probably having a bad day. So, all right, Gary. So, yeah, like, I've been around now. I didn't go to the small Jewish one because I think they're, run by the same manager, actually. And after going to the cemetery and asking about, voluntary work or training work, I went and done my shopping. And on the way back, I met up. I actually saw someone who I actually kind of know. I don't know, like, as like friend, like really good friend. But I met him when I was in temporary accommodation over at Hall Place. And he goes, you still doing your ghost hunting? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, maybe, we can do a live stream and talk about ghosts one day. I said, yeah, just hit me up. I think he's Polish or something like that. I'm not sure what country he's from. It's sometimes a bit hard to understand how he speaks, but when I was in Hall Place, he was interested, and I let him in my apartment. And at the time, I was only using my mobile phone to do videoing, and I was actually videoing, and we can see all this orb activity, and it's like, wow, kind of like so fascinated over it. And I think I might have sparked a bit of interest on it, because every time I see him, he's always asking if I'm doing ghost hunting still. And he asked me, "You still doing it?" I said, "Well, on and off. I put it on the back burner for now because of this, people on YouTube, social media has caused me a lot of stress. A lot of online bullying, hate, and that kind of stuff. So, I still do the paranormal, but I put it on the back burner for now. What I'm doing now is, fishing, magnet fishing, detecting." He goes, "Well, if you want to, do a stream with me one day, is that okay?" I said, "Yeah, just hit me up on my YouTube, leave a comment, and maybe one day I'll invite you on Hangout." But I said, "Be careful though," because he actually said he's got a YouTube channel as well now. He didn't tell me yet, but he will give it to me if he comes to my channel, I suppose. I said, if you do a YouTube channel, be wary, because you will probably get trolls coming to your channel from my channel, because that's what they tend to do. They follow people around and hit on people and stag people off, or they try to make friends with you and lie about me and all that kind of stuff. He goes, no, I won't listen to them because I know you. So yeah, I've been kind of busy today. I'm just thought, I'll sit back and have a coffee, a little chat, have a little rest, eat one of my donuts a bit later on. My hay fever's kicking off again. I come home and I was really hot, really sweating. I had this on and my jacket, and I came home and I was really sweating, so I just cleaned up a bit and put deodorant on, and I was still fucking hot, Even just as I started doing the stream, I was really boiling up, but I've cooled down now, luckily. And yes, I've had my haircut again. Pay for it this time again, because I still can't grip the fucking, I can grip my hand, but when I'm trying to grip the razor, the shaver, this little finger is not going around the shaver properly. I still have problems with this small finger. So, and trying to get an appointment with the doctors is fucking ridiculous, man. And I need to make an appointment with the doctors for a particular reason. I won't say what the reason is, but I need to contact the doctors for a specific letter I need from them. So I'm going to post it to someone else for them to help me out on something. And no, it's not for any kind of drama and bullshit, hate kind of stuff. It's for something else that I don't really want to be talking about. Even my mental health advisor is a little bit kind of concerned with me right now. A bit weird. I got an assessment next week. Well, no, it's it's all to do with the working health program which I'm on. This mental health thing I'm on, yeah, because it is to do with mental health. Because it's called Better Working Features Work and Health Program, and it concentrates on mental health, and it also concentrates you on doing day-to-day life, especially trying to get you back to work. And what they're trying to do is get me. Well, they've helped me to do my CV, and my CV is more gained on gardening. I said, well, what if I can't get a gardening job or vacancy or trainee or voluntary, and I decided to do something else? And he goes, well, what you got to do is just change it from the actual title gardening and just edit the first section to the new kind of job interest kind of thing, So last week they helped me out with my CV. This week she was talking about, still looking for work, stuff like that. And I've actually emailed her today stating that I'm going to be doing voluntary work. Yes, I'm going to be doing a video possibly end of the month, because I spoke to Clapham Common, the director there, about my permit. Just getting some information. I said, "Oh, you're still doing voluntary work?" He goes, "Yep." He goes, "We're actually going to be doing the main pond, and we're going to be doing the floating islands again." So I said, "Well, if you want help, count me in, because I have done it before." He goes, "Oh, right, okay, great, yeah. Once I know exactly what date it's going to be, I'll get in touch with you." So that is voluntary work. Now, my mental health advisor and my job centre advisor needs to know about that. So I sent them an email both saying that I'm hopefully going to be doing voluntary work at the end of the month, doing some water work over at the Common. And I've already had a thank you and congratulations from my job centre advisor. I don't know if I've had anyone from my actual mental health one yet. But now I also need to let them know that I've actually been around the cemetery and asked about voluntary work. Because every time I actually do something, it shows that I am interested in trying to either get back to work or better my education, whether it being like doing voluntary work or going on a training course or even a normal course and getting some kind of qualification. So I'm trying to find the work. So it's all right with him say all that fat cunt sitting on his ass. Well, no, I ain't sitting on my fucking ass like you keep saying, because I'm actually getting out. I'm making phone calls. I'm going round to places personally and asking for any kind of vacancies or voluntary work or trainee work. And every time I do that, I have to let my advisors know so they know what I'm doing. And if they kind of get, "Oh, well, is he just saying that?" No, because I actually give them the contact number and the person I spoke to, so they can track that back, and they're going to be very happy with that. Now, there is something I really did want to talk about, but I ain't going to because it's, it'll be used towards the drama shit again, so I'm not going to really talk about it. And it is to do with my mental health. It is to do with my illnesses. The stress, the anxiety, depression, and all that stuff, yeah. I did get a message from a certain department, and it was kind of good news, but it wasn't the news I expected, so I have to put an appeal in. But I ain't going to go any further than that, because that's my own. Because I talk too much about my own personal life, and I shouldn't be doing that, because that's they use this shit against you, But I am looking for work, whether it being voluntary, trainee, coursework, or full-time employment. Now, you can't go out and get a job if you don't have the qualifications and skills. Sometimes you do. Like the guy I spoke to at the cemetery, I said, "Do you need any qualifications or anything for this, certificates?" He goes, "No, I was kind of lucky. He had a background on, gardening kind of stuff. He used to go around trimming, trees and bushes and stuff like that. And he put himself on one of the actual agencies, and that's how he was able to, get a job working in the cemetery." I said, "Do you live local?" He goes, "No, I live quite far away, actually." I said, "Well, I'd love to work in it because it's a nice cemetery, nice big one. And, I like the one next door as well. It doesn't have to be this one, but, I'd love to work in a cemetery. The only thing I would not like to do in a cemetery is be a fucking, walking around in the pitch black, checking on to see if there's any been kind of security breaches or, I'm not saying grave robbing because how often do you hear about grave robbing? But you do get people coming in and smashing up fucking headstones and shit like that. But I'd love to do cemetery work. Don't know why. I think it's when my dad died, 2011, and I've got that crazy EVP. It's like a calling saying you need to get into the paranormal. It's something that you need to do. You need to learn. You need to understand. You need to seek the truth. get that evidence, that proof that, you know, life exists after death and all that kind of stuff, yeah. And I think it was probably a couple of years after 2013, 2014, I was just walking through the cemetery, you know. I think it's when I was going out and doing a lot of cemetery work, yeah. I think it might have been, you know, over South Norwood, where I actually thought I'd twisted my ankle, but I hadn't. I'd broken my fucking tibia, and I'd been walking around on a fucking broken leg for 2 months before they actually realised the hospital had done a fucking error on the X-ray. They X-rayed my knee, not my tibia, and they actually did find that there was a break there. Then I had to have my leg in cast, and there is a video of that proof as well of my leg in cast somewhere on my YouTube. I think I might have it on one of my old external hard drives as well somewhere. It's not all my videos from the temporary accommodation is uploaded, but I think it's when I broke my leg. It's like calling saying you need to like find a job working in the cemetery, you know. Because I think when I actually before I broke my leg, I was doing the big Croydon one, and something just told me, you know, in my fucking in my brain, you know, in my mind, said, go and ask if there's any voluntary work. So I actually went in and I said, have you got any voluntary work? He goes, no, we can't be on an agency, or, you know, you've got to have some kind of special training, because, you know, when you're doing cemetery work, you have to have special license, not special license, but they got to have a special insurance on you. Every cemetery has to insure their staff, you know, especially the groundsmen, you know, that kind of thing. So I said, yeah, but you got people out there. He goes, well, that's people who've, you know, committed to crime, you know, doing community service, and, you know, they're all insured through their community service thing. So everything happened, they're covered. You're not covered because you're just an individual who's got the interest that you want to do voluntary, but we can't give you any kind of like voluntary work. But they did give me permission to do, you know, taking photos and videos. All he said was like, don't do the more recent new ones, you know, do the old ones, you know, from like 5 years onwards, which I did do. You know, I respected that. And it's when I went over South Norwood, it's when I broke my leg. But when I was in Croydon, I thought I'd love to do some kind of work in here. But when I broke my leg, it's more like saying you really need to fucking find a job. You know, you get more evidence in a cemetery than you get anywhere else, to be honest with you. And I've had some crazy stuff on camera, you know, even on video in cemeteries, you know. And some of it has been documented. Some of it's been posted on Facebook and Google Plus, but Google Plus is no longer available, and they've deleted everything. I did have one photo of the big cemetery at Garrett Lane near Tooting, and one picture stood out where you got like one of those big long kind of crypt things down at the back, and I was just taking random pictures, and on close up you could see like spiritual people, you know, you could see people there, but not, you know, like with your own eyes. The camera picked them up, and, you know, there must have been about 7 people, and I still had that video, that picture. It wasn't a video, it was a picture. So I didn't have a camcorder at that time. I was just using my mobile phone. It was more like saying, oh, you know, you need to get a job in a cemetery. And I've always felt like, you know, I wanted to work in a cemetery, which is kind of weird. And it's not, you know, a horrible job. You know, it's something that people, you know, if people didn't do the job, who's going to look after the headstones? You know, who's going to look after, you know, removing all the rubbish, you know, the dead flowers, you know, the trash that people might drop, you know, all of rotted, soaked up, destroyed toys, you know, like people leave like cuddly toys, and after a certain time, you know, the weather will damage them, make them wet, soggy, mouldy. They eventually got to be thrown away. And then you've got to go around and trim, you know, headstones and stuff like that. And I did find out one interesting thing, yeah. Cemeteries will not look after certain headstones nowadays unless the people who actually buried the family member or something here pays for it. You know, when someone gets buried, the cemetery looks after the headstone, you know, the plot, I think 5 years. After 5 years, if it's overgrown and the family who's actually buried the family member, um, hasn't kept in contact and paid a fee, because there's a fee, to keep, that plot where you're buried or where they're buried in a nice state. But if they don't keep in contact and they don't pay, that's where it gets all left and kind of like overgrown and derelict, and like the headstones never looked after. But there are some people do like voluntary donations to try to keep, certain cemeteries a bit more kind of like clean and tidy. Even in people will probably like say, right, I want a bench there, I'll get a bench and I'll pay for the bench to be put there, and they do like a yearly donation as well. So, I've been kind of doing a little bit of research on cemetery stuff as well over the last few years, but not as much as I wanted to. But now, some people say, well, why do you work in a cemetery for? Don't you think it's like kind of eerie and creepy? Well, yeah, it will be eerie and creepy at night time, but, how many people work in there at night time? You don't get it where it used to be in the old Victorian days, where there used to be a lot of grave robbing around, and they had to, you know, employ someone to like patrol the grounds to make sure there weren't no grave robbing anymore. They fucking ended like fucking 60, 70 years ago. But you still do need people like, keep an eye on things. But now, with the technology, they don't need a groundsman, because in some cemeteries, the Brompton one, God, fucking cameras up there is crazy. I've not seen many cameras around this one, but this one here, 2 minutes away from me, is really kept nice and clean and tidy. If I was to like get a phone call and say, hey, they need someone up at a certain cemetery, and it ain't far to travel, and it was like kind of an eerie one, would I take it? I don't know, because there are some fucking eerie cemeteries around here actually. Some small ones, and like small churchyards, kind of thing. Actually, I just thought of something. When I was in Hall Place, when I was in temporary accommodation, there's a church down the road, Church Road. It's actually a church on Church Road. And they were doing voluntary, where they was looking for people to do, horticulture work, clipping the trees, the bushes, going around with the old shears, cutting the long grass and lawn mowing. Maybe I should go and ask them if they got any. So they always used to be looking for voluntary people. But I don't like, I'm not saying that, I'm not a church guy, because I used to be someone who used to go to church quite a lot. Now, I do go to church on a rare occasion when I need to get some water blessed. So, because I want to get and do some voluntary work, I might go down there next week, because I'm going to be right near there next week. On what day is it? 13th of May. I've got 2 appointments on there. So I could go there before my first appointment, because it's on the same road. It's only like a 5-minute more walk. So I might go to that church and see if it's open and speak to the pastor or the vicar. Actually, it's a vicar. Or if he ain't there, there's normally a contact number. I can write the contact number down and give them a call. Because I know that at one time, several years ago, they was looking for a lot of people, to do voluntary work. And it wasn't like doing it every day of the week or every week of the month. It was like when they needed someone. I just want to work in a cemetery. I don't know why. I didn't know that, Leslie. Do you have to pay, like, if you're doing it yourself? I suppose you don't have to pay, but if you couldn't be bothered to do it because you had like problems at home, or you was moving or something, yeah, and you couldn't get there, would and you wanted the upkeep, do you think you'd have to pay for it? Because you've got the groundsman, and groundsmen have to be paid. It's just like the Church of England, where they pay for everything. It doesn't come out of the Church of England funding. I think most of the wages come out of the government funding, I suppose. Um, you've got to put your time in to get your wages, I suppose. But I don't want to be working there full time straight away, kind of thing. If I could get into working in the cemetery, as a voluntary kind of thing, like once a week or something, that'd be great. Because then at least I'm out doing something, right? And if they said, well, look, we're doing a training scheme, a couple of days a week, then I'd do that. Because a training scheme would probably end up doing like a course, a certificate. What kind of certificate it might be? It could be an HCC, horticultural certificate. I think that's what it is, a HCC, horticultural certificate. Because, grounds work is horticultural in the cemetery, isn't it? So they could end up with a HCC certificate. And if you was like just either voluntary or training, and they say that you're working quite well, and they like the way you're working, it could probably end up into a part-time or a full-time job. So yeah, I'm looking around for it. There are other options. I don't really want to go back into security. Never liked security. They rip you off. They make you do so much overtime. When I used to do it, and I never got paid overtime. And the only reason I didn't mind not getting paid, because I just didn't want to be indoors. I had to get out and do something. Meet people. I used to do the Clayford Industrial Estate, and I knew I wouldn't be going to get paid for overtime, but I still went down there when there weren't no guards down there. And I just sat there, and I was my own kind of person. I could walk around the industrial estate, talk to people. There's a place there which actually done import and export of like drinks, like fizzy drinks, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, lemonade, orangeade, all that kind of stuff, Sprite. And sometimes I used to get a crate or 2 crates of drink free, because like in the crates, if 1 or 2 cans were damaged, they couldn't sell it on. They had to write it off, throw it away. But what I used to do is say, like, oh, here's a crate of like drinks here, do you want it? A couple of damaged ones, the cans might get a bit dirty, sticky, but it's still a drink, free. So yeah, I used to get some free drinks and take them home. That's like a little bit of payment for me, even though I wasn't being paid. I'd go down there, pick up the phone, I say, hey, Steve Morgan's, on site number, da. Oh, well, we didn't need you today, mate, no call for it. Well, I'm here, I must as well stay here. If I ain't going to get paid, I ain't going to get paid. And I said, oh, it's up to you, thanks. But there was a lot of work I did do and never got paid for security. So, as I said, I didn't mind sometimes, but when I was on site, I was supposed to be paid for it, and I never got paid. It kind of pissed me off. I think it's more later I knew when I wasn't going to get paid for it. I thought, well, fuck it, I might as well do something. If I ain't going to get paid, I'll do it, Even my normal wage never came through after time. There was a time when I had to contact them and threaten legal action. And I suppose I should have been paid about $4,000. And they only paid me half, and they said they would sort out the other money, but I never got it. And I didn't know the legal way of going around prosecuting at the time. So I just told them, stick the job up their fucking arse. And I moved on to a different security, thinking that they would be better, but no, they was fucking just the same. So I left that and went into injection molding, working in an injection molding factory, doing coat hangers, kids' toys, petrol caps. We made those, those Russian doll things. We didn't make those particular, but we made something similar. They like little barrels, plastic barrels, and inside you got like another little barrel, then another one, another one, another one, another. Made those. We made a lot of plastic stuff for different industries. That wasn't too bad, I did get paid, normal wage and overtime, but some of the people down there I just did not like. There was even one of the supervisors, a pig that he was, I met, this is going to make you laugh, right? This is going to make you laugh. I was working there one day, yeah, and they knew it's my birthday, and I didn't say anything, someone fucking told them it's my birthday. And they decided to grab hold of me one night, and they threw me in this fucking cardboard box. Seriously, no lie, they threw me in the cardboard box. They taped it all up. They brought a forklift round. They put me, which is inside the box, on the forklift. And they said, I won't move around so much, Steve, because otherwise this box is going to fall and you're going to smash his fucking face in, So they put me on this forklift and lifted the forks up. And there's me screaming and shouting out, kind of thing. Let me out, let me out. And they'd left me there for half an hour, at least half an hour. Then eventually they came, and instead of letting the forklift down slowly, they let it down really fast. And I'll tell you, what an impact. It was so fucking painful, man. And I thought that was it. Like, they let me out of the box. I had a good giggle, and I thought that was it. Nope. They done something else. I won't say what it was, but it was more fucking, to me, was like, how can I put it? It wasn't nice, It wasn't nice what they'd done to me after that. And that was more worse than being shoved in the fucking box and putting on a bloody forklift for half hour. All I can say that I had to go to the men's room and have a wash afterwards, because what they'd done, they put stuff on me. It was like, oh fuck it, it's like they threw paint down my fucking trousers. They grabbed hold of me, undone my fucking trousers and threw paint down my fucking front part. And I had to go and fucking wash myself off. And oh, you cunt. There's all paint everywhere, all down my trousers, all in my shorts and everything. I had to go home and fucking change my clothes and go back to work. I'll tell you, man, it was fucking, it was funny in one way, but I was really pissed off of it, because why put fucking paint down someone's pants, And the worst thing was, it wasn't just men working there. There's females working there as well. And they was all pissing themselves with laughter, Even my sisters were there laughing their asses off, because my sister used to work in the same factory. And, my sister's friends and stuff like that. And I had to fucking go home, I couldn't get a bus, because all this paint would have been on the bus, kind of thing. So from where the factory is to where I lived was a good half an hour, 40 minutes walk. And I had to walk home with wet paint all over my trousers and all over my shorts. Even when I got home, I had to have a fucking wash again and change. And I said, you got to come back, otherwise we're fucking fire. So I go back, and I thought, no, please, no more, please. You've done 2 things to me tonight. Don't do any more. Well, I did take some extra clothes with me just to be on the safe side. But when I got back, they didn't do any more. They had their fun. But yeah, right. Factory work was hard. It was hard. You had to do your quota. And the thing is, these injection moldings, have a pressure point of thousands of pounds. So you open the door, the mold, the big heavy metal mold will go back. You have to pull the things out and shut the door quick. Now, if you don't do it quick, even if that door's open, that mold can go back at a speed. So you've got to go that quick. Now, someone nearly enough did get their ankle. Now, there was a story actually where someone did get caught and died over it many, many years, before I even got a job there. They got crushed. So those injection factory molding machines are fucking dangerous. And sometimes, it's so quick that if you open the door before the mold went back, or you shut it before the mold started going, it fucked up because it's like squirting hot molten plastic into the mold to mold, whatever it was, like coat hanger, a toy, whatever kind of thing. We did do to kids' toys as well. And sometimes what had happened is that if you open the door before the actual mold opened, the mold would kind of get stuck and it'd make a thump, 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 thump noise. Then you had to call, the supervisor over. He'd have to shut it down, start it up, let the mold come back out, stop it. Then he used to use, the coat hanger, little hook things. You had to use one of those, heat it up with a flame, and stick it in to pull the mold out. Because what it used to do is that it'd inject the mold, but if you kind of pull the door open before the mold comes out, it then squirt the hot liquid in, but it wouldn't open the door because it wouldn't open the mold because you open the door too quickly. You should only open the door when the mold's going back, then you open it, and then you got about 20 seconds or even 15 seconds before the mold would start closing. Sometimes they had an automatic where when you shut the door, then it would go. If you had the door open before it goes back, then that's when the mold was actually kind of fuck up. And when the supervisor came over, and the mold hasn't opened because you opened the door too quickly, you'd have to shut it down, turn it on, have the door shut. No, it come along, shut the door, turn it off, shut the door, because the mold still be shut, turn it on, press certain key or buttons on there for the door to automatically open. And as it opens, you'll have to open the door. And as it goes back, you shut the machine down again and get this coat hanger clip thing, heat up. And you had to spend 5-10 minutes getting the molten lava. Because what I'm trying to say is that when the door shuts, the machine squirts the molten plastic in, right? But if you fuck the machine up while the door, with the door quickly opening before the mold goes, the mold will stay as it is, and the mold where it's injected the plastic would squirt into it. But because you fucked up the machine and the mold's still shut, the hot kind of liquid would cool down and it gets stuck in the mold. So you'd have to come and do what I just said, shut the machine down, open the door, and get the mold back out. And you'd have to spend 10-20 minutes just to get that mold, what was liquid hot, which is now cooled down rapidly, and take it out to get the machine working again. Now you fuck that up more than 2 times each night, you get reported for it. And if you got reported too many times, you lose your job. Or they'd kick you off the site. So fuck the machine up, don't come back until next week. And you're not getting paid. So they won't actually sack you, they would give you that kind of warning thing, yeah. No, it wasn't a bad kind of job, but I wouldn't do it again. I don't think there's any actual factories around here anyway, to be honest with you. But I worked there for quite a while, on and off 2-3 years. And there's times when, I was going out with someone at the time, yeah. And I always used to work the night shift and go home, during the daytime. But when I was going out with someone who lived in Crayford, it was on a bus, 2 bus rides to my girlfriend's house. Now, she was going to go down the coast with her family which was Isla Sheppey. Some people know Isla Sheppey in United Kingdom, yeah. She had a caravan down there, and they would invite me down there if I wanted to go down there. And on some weekends, if I wasn't working that weekend, but I'd done like a Friday night, instead of going home, I'd take clothes with me and I'd go down to Crayford and get a coach, and I'd go down to Isla Sheppey and be with my girlfriend and their family. That was quite nice actually, because I got away and I was down the coast several times with them. I wouldn't sleep in the same bed with her. The family wouldn't allow that, but they gave me like sleeping on those like fold up beds I was slept in. You just go around the old arcade machines and just like hand in hand, having a talk. I miss those days. I wish I could turn back time actually. I wish I had a fucking time machine and go back and visit some of my old ex-girlfriends. Yes, I had girlfriends. I wasn't that much of an ugly cunt when I was younger. No, I've never really had many girlfriends at school, to be honest with you. There was a couple I had interest in, but they weren't interested in me. But, after I left school and started working, I did get a few girlfriends. I'll tell you, I met some really nice hot babes. My mate Richard got me interested in one. I went out of her several months. There's one when I was working. I don't know if you remember Gateway Supermarket, guys, in the United Kingdom. I worked there after I left school. I met a girl called Tracy, and I went out of her for a couple of weeks until she decided to ditch me because her ex-boyfriend wanted to go back with her and have another chance. And I bought her, loads of stuff. And I'd only known her for about a month. It's her mum who rang me up and said, "Oh, sorry, Steve, tired of this sad news. She's not interested anymore. She's going back with her ex-boyfriend." And she goes, "Yeah." I'm a bit pissed because I like you. Because you're better than that fucking son of a bitch she's going out with. So, I went out with Tracy. I actually went out with a girl with the same surname as me. And though it went family, it's without the S on the Morgan. It's like Julie Morgan. And she lived down the road to me, on the same road, just on the opposite side. Fucking went out of her. Her dad was a strict motherfucker, I tell you. Really, really strict. I said to him, "Oh, can we go to the cinema?" "Oh, I don't know, "What time are you going to be on?" I said, "Well, I think the last bus is like, 11 o'clock. "Well, like, if you're not back by 12 o'clock, then that's it, So anyway, we went to the cinema and we just missed the bus. Just missed it. So we ended up walking, and it took us an hour to walk back home, yeah. So we got back after midnight. He done his fucking bollocks. He actually, she was like, 18, I think. He actually fucking stopped her from going out. He kind of like restricted her from seeing me. He told me I couldn't see her for a couple of weeks. Like, fucking piss take he was. He's right. Evil fucking son of a bitch. She had two brothers, which weren't too bad. One of them I liked, and now one I didn't like. Her mum wasn't too bad. And I'm thinking, like, if we ever got married, there wasn't no surname change. All she'd have to do is put a fucking S on the end of her surname. That would have been funny, But she actually moved. She came up to me one day. She goes, "Oh, we're moving." I said, "When?" She goes, "Tomorrow." I said, "Do what?" I go, "Yeah, my dad's found another place." She kept it quiet. I said, "Well, how am I going to see?" She goes, "I don't think you can." And I was really pissed off about that because, like, her old man fucking found a place and moved out. Took the whole family with him, and I never got to see her again. And I've been out of her for well over a year. I think it was 2 years I went out of her. Why am I telling you all about my personal life? I don't know. I don't give a fuck, really. I've had some good times in my personal life. I've had some crazy stuff happening in my personal life. I've actually ended up with broken bones in my fucking personal life. Oh, don't say that. Fucking Angela, laundry. I've got to do my laundry this week. So the thing is, running a washing machine does really cost, on the old electric, running a washing machine. So I don't do washing every day. I just let the clothes build up. Because what's the point of putting a pair of socks, a pair of underpants, and a fucking shirt, t-shirt, pair of jeans in the washing machine, and like doing it every day? You don't do it. You just let it build up. I do mine at least once a week. If I need to. I don't even put jeans on much. I'm always wearing mine like fucking jogging pants. Kind of thing. And I've got two pairs of those, and I just like wear those if I'm indoors. I'm not going out. I'm not getting dirty, really, are they? You're just like chilling out in your jogging pants. This shirt needs washing, actually. This one definitely needs washing, but I'm going to do that the weekend because I might be going out. Well, I'm hoping to go out Friday fishing, actually. I should have my license information by then. So I'm actually going to be purchasing a fishing license. Let's say, like, this weekend, I'm just going to ring up my mum and ask her just to lend me the money and pay it back when I can. And my mum don't normally say no. If it's a small amount, and it's only like, I thought the fishing license was £35. I was told 35, but it's not, it's 30. So that's like, £5 less to pay now. So, no, I'm not going to be doing too much today. I'm just going to chill out, drink my coffee, go on and play some more Daisy standalone. Play that for a couple of hours, come off, have something to eat. I had 2 burgers last night. You can go to the Poundland and buy like chicken burger, hamburger, steak burger, whatever it is, £1 each. So I bought 2 of those yesterday, and I had those for dinner last night. Instead of paying out a lot more money for like, proper takeaways. The other night I had so much fucking chicken. God, I got so bloated. I went to my normal chicken shop here. Now it's the tall Pakistani guy, yeah. Dry pieces, yeah. 3 small dry pieces. Don't like that guy, but if it's a small Asian guy, he's a great ear, he gives me like real big pieces of like, because I prefer the side rib cage of the chicken, and he gives me 3 of those for the same price as 2, because like 2 pieces of chicken, chips and fries is like £3.29, but he gives me 3 pieces of chicken, fries and can of drink for £3.29. And sometimes if I have chicken wings, it's like 4 for £1, right? Well, it's actually 4 for £1.20, but he gives me 4 for £1, and sometimes he might even give me 5 for £1. Now he only gave me 4 the other day, but the chicken was really big, big pieces of side rib chicken, and he gave me 4 large chicken wings. Well, no, only small ones, but the bigger ones. I couldn't eat it all, and I don't like leaving chicken out overnight, in the fridge or microwave. So I try to eat it later in the evening or early in the morning. I still couldn't eat it, so I fucking had to throw it away. And I don't like throwing food away, because there's waste in it. Now, what's I going to do? Why am I doing that? Thanks for the 10 thumbs down. Love you. It's all the trolls again. I don't give a fuck. All I've got to do is go and edit and remove them. Easy. I know who's doing them. Well, I don't need that to say who's doing them. So I know who's doing them. The haters. The shit-ass trolls. Seems like, oh God, when I used to order pizza, and I have closed my Just Eat account because of the fucking what's the names. And I think I know who actually done those orders now, because someone let out something the other day. I ain't gonna say what they said. It was kind of funny, but I thought, fuck me, man, if that turned up, man, that would cost me a bomb. But yeah, someone trying to do some different kind of deliveries and orders, apart from takeaways. And they have still actually, oh fuck, you know, I should have done that. Yeah, I've got to ring that the old fucking bill again. Bollocks on you, I fucking forgot something. Where's my folder? Yeah, I forgot about that. Shit. I'm going to ring up fucking 101 again. Give them some more information on something. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that before I forget it. Yeah, that's the reference number. Yeah, I'm going to have to ring up the old bill because I forgot to tell them something about something else that happened not long ago, as some of you know. Yeah, they need to look into that. But I don't think I'll be on anymore tonight. I'm going to chill out and play some DayZ in a little while. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to wash my neck. My neck feels all hot and sticky for some reason. I want to put this in the washing machine and do some washing, but I'm going to do the washing the weekend. I'm going to use this Friday because I'm going to go out fishing Friday. I've already spoken to my mate, not Alan. I'm going to be doing something with Alan, possibly next Thursday, going up to meet him. Now, I don't know if he's going to do magnet fishing or metal detecting. I think he'd probably do metal detecting, but I don't really want to do metal detecting or magnet fishing next week. But I'm going to take my spade because a few weeks ago when we was over a certain location and we was metal detecting, we came across this like little small archway, and inside this archway had like old broken cutlery, you know, cuts, plates, you know, saucepans and stuff like that. So I'm thinking it might have been some kind of like dump near the river, because I know he did say where we were was an old quarry and they had to fill it up with like, you know, refuge from like houses, you know, like bricks, cement, you know, concrete and just general normal rubbish. So I said to him, I'd like to go back there and do some digging. I don't really want to do metal detecting. I don't really want to do magnet fishing. I'd like to try to do some bottle digging, see if I can find some old bottles or something, or some like piece of, you know, full cutlery, you know, like a nice cup in one piece, a nice plate or something. Now, I've not really done that actually, but you know, I wouldn't mind giving it a go. So I don't know where there is any old locations that might have been quarries that have been filled with like, you know, general waste, you know, because people are always throwing shit out, aren't they? You know, every day of the year. Now, one place I do go local to me where I had done some metal detecting before I started doing it with Alan. There is kind of an old refuge place there, but it's kind of like really overgrown. And I don't think they used it for like, you know, for house refuge, that kind of stuff. Not like, where you're going to find cups and plates and glasses and bottles and that kind of stuff. It's more just like, normal trash, like bags, bin liners full of crap, you know, liquid bottles and fucking paper and, that kind of crap, So I'm trying to find if there's any locations where there might be some kind of old bottle dump. Because that'd be interesting. Like, I won't mind finding an old bottle dump. Because if you think about it, I've been watching some YouTube channels here. Some of the old bottles, the rare bottles are worth money. Especially the old Coca-Cola bottles. There's a fucking like big demand on very old rare Coca-Cola cider bottles. Beer bottles. What else is there? The old kind of ceramic, kind of like cider bottles as well. Pill bottles, medication bottles. I didn't think there was any kind of like interest in that kind of stuff. It's only because I've been watching Akachika on his channel, and I've been following him and other people in the UK. There's another guy, can't remember what his name is now, but he knows a lot of places where he lives up north, and he goes out doing bottle digging, and he finds some really interesting things. Now, sometimes he doesn't like take them home. Sometimes he'll take them home, clean them up. He found one thing, right? I can't remember what it was. He found a container, right, which he said he believes was on an old home site, right, and his metal detector, and he hit on this like kind of like tin, and inside the tin, the tin was like kind of rotting away, falling apart, but inside it had like a plastic container which is also falling apart, and it had a whole load of like pennies, old Victorian pennies. And he thinks it might have been someone's like child's money box kind of thing. So after cleaning them up, he put them in a new container and he took it back and reburied it, which is quite nice of him. Because some of those coins might have been worth money, but he doesn't do it because, like, he's trying to find things and buy them. Sells them. He does it because he's interested in like the archaeology, the history of like locations. He does like magnet fishing, he does milk detecting, he does what's that other one? Walking on the foreshore, searching, like river foreshores, and he finds some very nice, interesting things. Some of the things he'll keep, and some of the things he'll like far away, if it's too badly damaged, or he might take it back and rebury it. He doesn't, he states he never sells anything. And yet he does have a big collection. But this box of coins he found, he believes it might have been a child's like box, and he felt like the best thing he could do is like, just like clean them up, put them in another container, and go and rebury it, leave it for some other guy to find and probably do the same. And he actually put a note in it as well. So I'd like to find some old bottle dumps, to be honest, yeah. Some old quarries where it's been filled up. So I'm going to do some researching over the weekend as well to see if there's any old bottle dumps around here. The only thing is sometimes you're going to have to like ring up the local council, get permission. But, there are some councils around here which I'm okay with. And if I do get this fishing license, Reading still has the fishing license, a yearly fishing license for £10. So I'm thinking about going up to Reading one day and doing like, a day out, getting a fishing license. And if it's just for the one day, I'll buy the whole year fishing license, because I can always go back up there and I can fish. No, sorry, not fish. It's a metal detecting license. £10 for the whole year. And I can go up and metal detect all their commons, all their woodlands, all their open land, just with that one license. But, Reading is quite away from me. It's like a 2-hour journey. But I wouldn't mind going up there, checking it out. Take my milk detector, find if there's anything interesting. I'm going to do some research on some of the commons and the woodlands and see what are the oldest ones and see if anyone's detected any of them and find out what they've actually done, what they found. Because, Reading, in the olden days used to be very popular with the older highwaymen and bandits and robbery and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got chicken breast for Sunday. Actually, it's chicken breast fillets. 4 pieces. What I normally do, I cook 2 pieces and leave them there for 2 pieces for a couple of days later. Expiry date 15th of May. I don't like to go past 15th of May because there's one time I cooked 2 and left the others. I left it 2 days after the expiry date. When I went to cook it, they smelt. So I threw them away. So, what day is it today? The 8th. So I'm going to cook 2 this weekend. Cover it with herbs. Because what I do is because they're that thick, I kind of cut them, make them into slices, and I cover them with herbs, garlic. I fry them off, and then what I do is I put cheese on top and let the cheese melt. That's really nice. Put salt and pepper on it as well. So that's my dinner for the weekend. Possibly the next couple of days after that. But tonight I'm going to have ham and cheese with potato chips for my dinner tonight. I'm not going out anywhere else today because it's bloody cold. You can see the overcast out there. It's bloody windy. It nearly had a thunderstorm earlier. Oh fuck, I think my car's shut. I'm going to be able to do that now. They're shut. I said 9 to 5. I'll have to do it tomorrow. Fuck it. If I'd remembered, I could have done that today. I could have reported that. But hey, there's no problem because you can actually report a case within 10 years. So if someone threatened my life or something and I didn't take no action against it and left me alone, they started up again 6 months later. As long as I've got record and details of it, I can still use that from 6 months earlier and report it. Now my back's fucking itching like shit. Right, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'll catch you all on my next one. When that'll be, I don't know. I'll probably do a normal January chit chat. I will get back to doing the paranormal sometime soon. When, I don't know. I'm just as I said to the guy I saw today, I'll put it on the back burner for now. I need to calm down, try to get my stress level down, ignore the fuckers on YouTube, although I know he's not really done much on me in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I don't mean it's going to stop. Because they're going to use whatever ammo they can to start up again. And if they do, then they can. Because every video they do, I'll just download and report it if I need to report it. And I think certain persons probably been warned off by the sounds of things. I'm not saying they have, but it might be a possibility. That's the reason why they're not doing videos on me at the present time. And like someone said to me over on Facebook, seems things are quieting down a little bit. I said, yeah, good, that's what it needs to, things quieten down, leave people alone, and everyone get back doing what they're supposed to be doing, the paranormal. But I can't really do the paranormal at the present moment because I'm still suffering with, the high stress level and depression and anxiety and all that. How the fuck? And all that other kind of shit still. So yeah, it's still on the back burner, but it's not forgotten. I will be getting back to it. what I'm going to be doing when I do start is I'm going to be pulling out some of my dolls and telling you from where I've got them from, how long I've kind of had them for, and what kind of activity I've had. I'm not going to be doing like a DOSBox CVP Ouija board with them. I'm just going to give you like some information, update information on what experiences and activity I have had from them. And there ain't that many because although I've probably got like 200 dolls, I've only had activity from about 30, if that. Even though I bought a lot myself and a lot was given to me by certain people who reckon that they had activity. I never had activity from a lot of them. But I'll be talking about that on the streams when I start doing them again. Hopefully it won't be too long because I do want to get back to the paranormal, but I just got to sit back and see what's happening, you know. All right, catch you all later. I'm off. Need to go to the bathroom and then I'm going to go and play some gaming. So, latest.